Hello, good afternoon, welcome to this update for the Atlantic tropics, specifically for potential tropical cyclone 9. So let's see, we already made a video in Spanish for tropical storm John, Hurricane John on the Pacific, so we'll leave the link on the description for that. And we talked a little bit about 9 as well, but let's see now in greater detail what will happen for tropical cyclone 9. So let's first see here the disturbance forecast to intensify and be near a hurricane strength when it reaches the far northwestern Caribbean Sea by Tuesday night. Tropical storm conditions are expected over parts of the western Cuba and northeastern coast of the Yucatan Peninsula with hurricane conditions possible. The system is expected to intensify into a major hurricane before it approaches northeastern Gulf Coast during Thursday, while it is too soon to pinpoint exact locations and magnitude of impacts. The potential for life-threatening storm surge and damaging hurricane-force winds along the coast of Florida Panhandle and Florida West Coast is increasing. Storm surge and hurricane watches will be issued for parts of the area tonight or Tuesday morning. Residents should ensure they have their hurricane plan in place, and I recommend making some preparations already. Potential tropical cyclone 9 will bring heavy rain to parts of the western Caribbean, which may lead to flooding and mudslides in western Cuba. So please be careful there. Let's see. So this is the rainfall expectations as of now. This will change. So it already shows like 6 to 8 inches in Florida there, even later into the interior US, close to 12 inches. So we need to monitor this for many states. In the international here, we can see for the Cayman Islands and Cuba, more than 12 inches locally there. So please be careful. We will show it in millimeters in a second. Now let's see. They already have some storm surge, like 1 to 3 feet in the Florida Keys there. So as this passes just to your west, there will be some storm surge. And let's see here if they already show for like Tampa and the Panhandle. So they already have it for like Tampa, some reds there, like this, like greater than 9 feet of storm surge near Tampa Bay. Some areas there, a bunch of areas in red, and this soon is kind of crazy. So we are expecting something really big. Let's see, in the Florida Panhandle, no, actually the Big Bend shows like greater than 9 feet as well, storm surge, all the way south there. And then this will change still, it's just some expectations, but showing like some 3 feet, 6 feet and 9 feet of storm surge already in the Panhandle. And this will change, of course, because the storm will make landfall there. So where it makes landfall will be like the worst surge. So they already have flash flooding for like day 1 through 5 when this comes. This might be like Thursday into Friday when this comes. So already a moderate risk of flash flooding. So this will be a very big concern. And there's like the tropical storm winds arrival. So like arriving Tuesday in Cuba there, already affecting the Cayman Islands. And let's see, tropical storm force wind probabilities are very high there in the US and also in western Cuba and the Yucatan might have some strong winds. Hurricane force winds mainly in the Gulf and into the US. So please be careful. In the 58 mile per hour wind shows like in the US there too, and near western Cuba some probabilities, so please be careful. And now the most important thing of all, the track. There is some hurricane watches in the Yucatan and western Cuba, and some tropical storm watches in the Keys there, and some tropical storm warnings in the Yucatan and Cuba, so please be careful. And now they're predicting a major hurricane. They just updated this, like a category 3 making landfall in Florida there. So this will be very troubling. We need to watch this closely. So a hurricane by Wednesday and a major hurricane by Thursday. So this will cause a lot of problems there, in like, and also not only in Florida, like in Georgia and Alabama too, as the remnants go there. So please be careful there. And there's this interactive cone here, so like the warning. So be careful, please. So let's see, but the most like concerning things, are the model guidance, because like the models generally take this to the Florida Panhandle, some more to the West Coast, and some even to Alabama, but general consensus is the Florida Panhandle there. And but the concerning thing is this, the intensity guidance. Some models have all the way to category 5 already, so it's not out of the question we get like a category 5. So but two models are showing category 4 and 5, like several models showing category 3, and now they have it on the National Hurricane Center category 3, and many models category 2, category 1. So this will definitely be a hurricane, and it's not out of the question like a category 4. So please take this seriously. This storm could be really dangerous. Now let's maybe see some, most importantly, hurricane models first, and then we'll check some regular models. So this DH-WRF, it takes it there, strengthens it more into a tropical storm, lashes western Cuba with a lot of rain and storms, potentially some water spouts too. It will be better in the Yucatan, but still some nasty storms in the rain bands. Then the strengthens into a hurricane there. The H-WRF passes this very close to western Florida. Then it makes landfall as a 9:30 category 4 or 5. It's like 5, right? I think so. These hurricane models are really going very nuts with this, but so like 9:30 landfall and then goes all the way up. So this is the H-WRF. The H-MON hurricane model is also like showing it turns into a tropical storm there, affects Cuba and the Yucatan, and then some bands might start affecting western Florida, the whole coast there, by like the 25th to 26th. Then the H1 has a 9:18 category 5 making landfall there in the Big Bend. So this would be very worst case scenario, like category 5. But most of the hurricane models are showing this. There's the HEFS A2. It shows like, let's see, this keeps going, passes Cuba and the Yucatan, some nasty storms on the rain bands, and this keeps going, and the HEFS strengthens to a 900 millibar hurricane. This will be like the category 5 of the century, but I doubt this is going to happen. These hurricane models are really like crazy these days, like 899, so this is too much, I think, but you never know. If all the hurricane models are showing a category 5, then it's not out of the question. So let's see. That there's the HEFS B. It shows like turning to a hurricane there, and these hurricane models are really strengthening like very quickly, like rapid intensification. The HEFS B show like a 989 category 5. That will be some historic values there, but then luckily it weakens it a little bit before landfall, and like but still a 919 like category 5 as it enters Florida. So this will be very crazy, but I don't know, I get a feeling that these models are kind of exaggerating. But let's see the GFS in the European. So the GFS 60 has this there passing Cuba, turning to a hurricane. Then it goes into Florida as a 9-4, like a category 4. So the GFS like into a category 4 or something. And the European model, wait, let's see. Let's just go here. So the European model has it going there, passes between Cuba and the Yucatan, kind of still tropical storm, but strengthened to a hurricane. So the European model is very weak. It's a 984 tropical storm. So the European model is still showing like a tropical storm. So we have big variations between category 5 and tropical storm. So, but we'll keep monitoring this. But it's still showing a category tropical storm, making it 24. Now that would be like Cat 1, like 983 will be like a Cat 1. So the European show like a Cat 1 hurricane there. There's the Canadian too. It's showing like a category 2 or something as it makes landfall. And there's the icon. It's showing 2 like a, it goes there, strengthens more, and show like a category 2 as well. But the icon's further south into central Florida. I think this will be further north. There's also the Neptune. It shows like strengthens there, There'll be like a category 3 according to the NavGen, so please be careful there. You should already be making preparations or evacuating, but until there are no official evacuation orders, you just should make preparations, and if you feel you should go, you should go, because this will be a very serious storm, so please be careful. And let's see, there's some other interesting information here. So there's like, this is the spaghetti models I showed you. Just like the hurricane models, they take, most of them take this right in the Big Bend there, and one takes it further west into the Panhandle. So you'll be generally in that vicinity, the landfall. And there's also the spaghetti map. It shows generally in that vicinity around the Big Bend, the Panhandle. Like some show category 4, category 3. So yeah, please be aware. And others, the late cycle show like category 5, category 1. There's some variations. There's the GFS ends is showing very spread out, but generally it should the Panhandle there. So please stay safe with this. Let's see. There's also it's already leaving a lot of heavy rain in the Caribbean, as you can see here on the satellites, especially on the Cayman Islands, some very heavy rain, and some areas of Central America, some more storms, so please be careful there. And let's see if there's like something else here. So there's one concerning thing that might lead to rapid intensification. So like the sea surface temperature is still around 30 degrees Celsius, 29, especially on the lower Gulf near the Yucatan and Florida, some 30, 31 degrees Celsius. In the upper Gulf, in the Panhandle, like some 29 degrees sea surface temperatures, but still a lot of fuel for this. The ocean heat content is insane. There's in the Caribbean like 200 OHC plus in the northwestern Caribbean, like shows you 175 plus. So, and there's the loop current that goes into the Gulf of Mexico and forms the eddy there. So if the hurricane passes right through there, right in that path, there'll be those very deep warm waters to strengthen it very fast. So this is another concerning look as well. But there's the vorticity here. You can see the vorticity signature already high with this there. And the wind shear is still high where it's at on the Caribbean, but it's now showing lower wind shear around the Gulf there. So we'll keep monitoring this. But let's see, for example, the European here. There's the dry air still in the Gulf, but there's a bunch of moisture where it's at, and you like kick out the dry air and go there into the Gulf. But the European still shows some dry air behind it as it makes landfall there. So we'll keep a look at this. There's the wind shear. It also shows still the trough there, a little bit higher, but then it goes and kind of lowers, but there'll still be like an outflow there, but it kind of survives. So nothing crazy in terms of wind shear. So please be careful there. This is a serious deal. And then let's see here in the short term in the Caribbean. So the European model is showing more than 200 millimeters in the Cayman Islands, 100 millimeters, especially in Georgetown, like 214 millimeters. This might cause some flooding there, some problems. So warn others, the Cayman Islands, and it's basically already happening. There's 100 millimeters in West End. In Jamaica, might be some rougher storms too, but nothing crazy, like 45 millimeters, some passing showers and sometimes some storms with this, especially today and tomorrow. Showing Cuba, right, 259 millimeters, other parts like 253, so be careful in Cuba. All the southern coast and western coast of Cuba, there might be some big tropical storm conditions in like westernmost Cuba, like more than 178 millimeters. So please be careful. Might be some flooding, some periods of heavier storms there in Cuba. And then the European model array has like 144 millimeters for Florida there as this make landfall. But this will still update, show like 6 inches array, but there might be more from this if it gets stronger, like show 7 inches array. So be aware. There's the GFS. The GFS show like 5 inches, 6 inches. It shows further north into Georgia like 6 inches, 6 inches. So yeah, be aware. There's also the icon. It's showing like some 7 to 8 inches there where it makes landfall. So please be careful. And let's see. And this model doesn't go out that far. So please be careful there and everywhere. And let's see, there's the wind gust. Alright, some gusty winds in the Cayman Islands as this is forming up like some 52 km per hour. Then this keeps growing like 74 km per hour gusts by like tonight and early morning, like 76 km per hour gusts in the Cayman Islands by tomorrow morning. And then it grows to like some 83 km per hour gusts tomorrow morning. So please be careful in the Cayman Islands with loose objects and stuff. So 75 km per hour gusts. And then it shows like in Cuba, alright, some 60 km per hour gusts. So some 68 km per hour gusts. And as it passes like through western Cuba, showing some spots right on the coast, close to 76 km per hour gusts. In Cayo Largo, some 77 km per hour gusts. Show like some 76 in the westernmost tip. This keeps going like 79, almost to 80 km per hour gusts there in Cuba. So please be careful. And then it shows the wind field encompassing most of Florida there as this makes landfall like some 85, 100 km per hour gusts. But the Europeans are very, very weak. If I put this, the GFS for example, it has the whole wind field affecting Florida, like, let's see this in here. He has like some 55 mile per hour gusts, all the way south to some 41 mile per hour gusts, 62 and right on the landfall, like some 87 mile per hour gusts. So it's a big wind maker for sure. But it will depend on the strength. If this is stronger, this will be stronger, or if this is weaker, it will be weaker. So please be careful. There's the icon showing like in the Cayman Islands, in Cuba, some very high gusts as well, like some the 74 km per hour gusts I showed you. But in Cuba, the icon is showing like some 97 km per hour gusts. So please be careful. Then when this goes there, it shows the worst concentrated there, but also some high winds around many areas of Florida too. So it shows like some 52 km per gusts, western Florida 58, 61 km per gust, 65, and as this makes landfall, the icon has like 104 mile per hour gusts, so now it's like 55 miles per hour, 63, like 105 mile per hour gusts in some areas of the Big Bend near Cedar Key, so please be careful. We still don't know the exact strength, but this is very close to what you might get, so please stay safe from this system, these winds and everything. So this will be very dangerous. So let's see here, maybe some other stuff. So it shows here there's the storm surge. So let's see if there are any products yet. So for example, for Key West there I have some coastal flood statements, some hazardous weather outlooks as this passes by there. And let's see, they show like some risks here. So there's a bunch of good information here. So let's see, there's this hazards outlook. Wait, let's see if I find some better ones. So for example, threats and impacts, so local impacts, that's better. So here, so this will change of course, but the wind threat is already like yellow level, like 35 to 67 miles per hour gusts near Key West, southwestern Florida. And then the wind threat is already like 74 to 110 miles per hour there in the panhandle. But this will update, of course, because I think that this might be stronger. So they already showed this wind threat, the storm surge threat. There's still no information there because it's too far out, but it's already show like 1 to 3 feet there in the keys. Then the flooding threats already some major flooding possible in those areas, some minor flooding throughout the areas, and moderate flooding. The tornado threat is still too far out to determine, but we'll keep a look at that. So please stay safe. Please warn others there. If you know anyone there, like please tell them what's coming. And let's just see one more thing. So as this passes by the Yucatan, that there might be some nasty rain too, like close to 93 millimeters, some storms there, so please be aware there too, and be careful, please be careful. And of course we have Hurricane John there in Mexico, more than 500-600 millimeters of rain just in the next 5 days there. So we explained that very well in the video that we made earlier today, so we'll put that on the description. But please stay safe there. This is a life-threatening event, just as life-threatening as that one, because of all the flooding that will occur there. So please be careful. Some more storms for northwestern Nicaragua, northwestern Costa Rica, Honduras, Guatemala. So some more storms there. Too, some heavier in Nicaragua there. The GFS, for example, show like 300 millimeters in Nicaragua, southern Honduras, and El Salvador. So please be aware. Some more storms there. Maybe some flooding possible in a spot or two. So be careful. The Eastern Caribbean is like 61 millimeters, 664 millimeters, so a little bit more rain coming for there, according to the icon. The GFS only 23 millimeters, and the Europeans like 45 millimeters there. So some more showers and storms from time to time, especially like maybe some storms tomorrow, Tuesday, maybe more later, Wednesday through Thursday. So be aware, some more showers and storms passing by. And you can see the system there, some storms near Haiti, Jamaica, but very heavy in the Cayman Islands, so please stay safe in the Cayman Islands and Cuba there. So please stay safe. Some more storm or two for the Bahamas, the Keys there, so please be safe. In Nicaragua, there in Mexico, so stay safe. And in the next 5 days, next 7 days actually, we are still monitoring the area of Africa there. It's now given a 70% chance of formation next 7 days. So be aware there. Actually, there's just ocean there, but we'll keep monitoring where that goes later. So let's see here. For the North Atlantic, for example, the GFS shows like the system trying to form there, becoming like a tropical storm and heading out and dissipating, and it has some small probabilities later. So the GFS has a tropical storm there. The Canadian has a very weak, but also like a weak depression or storm. The European has it there like very weak as well, but turning to a tropical storm and going out. And then the icon has like this goes there, turns into a tropical storm and kind of lingers. So be aware there, but nothing for the Caribbean. This will just curve out there, so nothing crazy. But be aware, and let's see if I can get this to work here, because earlier today wasn't. So the ensembles shows like the ones, the European still has like a tropical storm, weak hurricane there. So it has the one going to Florida, then it has this system later. So some models are showing really like a big hurricane in the middle of the Atlantic according to the European ensemble. So we might need to monitor this for Europe maybe, because this comes extra tropical later on, but it's like 2 weeks out. This hasn't even formed yet, so we'll keep track of this. And the Caribbean, still nothing else later. Maybe a weak signal in the Gulf, but nothing crazy on the Eastern Pacific too. And the GFS has like the system there has like category 4, category 3, so the GFS area is stronger with with Helene there. And then it's just showing a lot of support for the other system there too. Maybe a weak tropical storm or hurricane there in the Atlantic. So we'll keep monitoring that. Has maybe a finger or two in the Gulf. And Yeah, so stay safe there in Florida and the rest of the states and throughout Cuba and the Cayman Islands. This is a very serious event, so please stay safe there and warn others, please. Bye.